Hi, my name is Connie, and welcome to New York in Slow English. Today, I want to explore with you how to use this expression, used to. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please take a minute to click on the red button. It's somewhere around here. Thank you so much. Used to plus a verb is a very common expression that we use in English all the time. We use it when we want to talk about the past, but it's a special kind of a past. It's a habitual past. It's something that we did over and over again sometime in the past. Today, I'm going to show you examples of 4 different ways that we use this expression. The first way that you'll often hear this used is when we're talking about a location. Let's listen to this young woman who just recently moved to New York City.
I used to live in China, Shanghai. My husband used to work there.
Now, a second way that you'll often hear used to plus a verb is when we're describing a state of being. So it's used to plus be. This might be something like, he used to be fat, but now he's in good shape. She used to be anxious, but now she's calm. When she was a kid, she used to be scared of everything. Now, a state of being could also be a description of your profession.
I'm from Chile. I used to be a teacher in a public school, but now I'm teaching in a bookstore.
Another common combination of used to plus a verb is when we use it with the verb have. This always shows some kind of possession that we had in the past. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have 3 cats. One of them is a domestic short-hair cat and 2 ferals that I rescued. And I used to have a dog, but I had to put her down about 5-6 years ago.
So probably the most common way that you'll see this expression used to plus a verb is when we combine it with a verb that is in some way an action.
I used to drive everywhere, but now that I live in Brooklyn, I take public transportation.
When you were growing up, what did you used to do there?
I used to play soccer every day.
I'm learning a lot of new life skills since I moved here. I didn't used to cook very much, and now I cook all the time.
Notice a very important thing here. When we turn used to plus a verb into a negative, it becomes did not plus used to plus the verb. When you use this construction in the negative, the past tense transfers to the did, and used to becomes the present tense. Let's listen to him again and see if you can hear how he changes the pattern of this construction.
I'm learning a lot of new life skills since I moved here. I didn't used to cook very much, and now I cook all the time.
Now listen to this story and notice the different ways that she uses the expression used to.
I used to work on Wall Street before I had children. I used to be an analyst. I used to analyze media companies like newspaper, magazine, TV companies, and know everything about them and make projections about what they were going to earn and make recommendations whether institutions should buy or sell their stocks. I used to play a lot of tennis and squash, and then I became a triathlete. I had a high-risk pregnancy, and I couldn't exercise. Then I went to a personal trainer, and I had to rebuild all my muscles, and I started running, and she said, "You're a natural runner." So I started running 5Ks and 10Ks, and then I did a triathlon as a team with my husband. He biked, I ran, and my father-in-law swam, and then I decided to do the whole thing myself. I became obsessed with this.
Now, there's another way that we can describe a past action that happened repeatedly, and that's to use the construction of would plus the verb. But it's important to note that we only use would plus the verb when we're talking about a repeated past action. After school, what would you do every day?
I would go to the library every day to read a book called El Quijote de la Mancha.
I'm from Brazil. I love Rio. It's a very great place to live in, but now it's not a safe place, but it's still like the most beautiful place in the world. As a teenager, I would go to the beach with my friends and hang out with them. I would go to the botanical garden, and there is a very beautiful botanical garden near my house, my home there, and it's beautiful. And I would go there with my friends too, and my mother too.
Now, I want to go back to this expression used to. Before, we were talking about used to plus a verb, but now I want to talk about used to plus a noun. Here's where things become a little bit confusing with this expression, because there's a second way that we use used to. Now, in this construction or pattern, we use be or get plus used to plus a noun. Whenever you hear this pattern, it means to become accustomed to something. Something was strange or difficult or somehow different from what it is now. Now you are used to it. Used to plus a verb is something that always is in the past. That is always talking about something that happened in the past and no longer happens. Be used to or get used to plus a noun is something that could happen in any tense.
How do you like living in Brooklyn?
I like it. I'm getting used to life here.
What is this? This is present continuous.
Yeah, when I first moved here, it was very overwhelming and confusing, but I've gotten much more used to it.
What is this? Present perfect.
I'm used to the noise, and I'm used to the fast pace of the city. I'm used to working freelance, and I'm used to the subway system and getting around.
I'm used to the noise. What is it? Present tense.
And I'm used to living with my girlfriend, who I love a lot. This is terra masalata. It's a dip. It's fish eggs and yogurt and a couple other things. It's kind of a taste that you have to get used to.
Now I'm living in New York, and I've been getting used to many things.
I've been getting used to many things. What is it? Present perfect continuous.
I think I need to get used to the behavior of the population. I think it's very different from China and Brazil.
So let's summarize what we've learned here. If you want to talk about something that is habitual or repeated in the past, we use this construction, used to plus a verb. We can talk about location, or if you use to be, you're going to talk about a state of being. If you use have, you're going to talk about possession. But mostly we use it with some kind of verb that shows action in the past. A second way that we can talk about the habitual past is to use the word would plus a verb. Don't forget, we use this construction when we're talking about past actions. The final thing we learned about was be used to or get used to plus a noun. This means that you are accustomed to something that before was strange or somehow different. This is not necessarily talking about the past. We can use it with any tense at all. I hope this lesson cleared up some of the confusion around this very common expression that we use in English. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I'll see you next time on New York in Slow English.